It's James Murray. In the Net News Ledger newsroom from Mishkeegogaming First Nation and Toronto, I have Gary Wasakisik. Gary, welcome.
Thank you, James. Glad to be here.
You were just participating in a second furniture drive into your home community from Toronto. What was it like?
It was very satisfying. It was very, we accomplished what we set out to do. It was our second drive. We did the first one in December. And like I said, for a community our size, it's going to take more than one drive. It'll take like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 drives to do the community. Mm-hmm. So, we worked on the second one, and it was, just as satisfying as the first one because of the reaction of the people.
What kind of things went up to the community?
This time we try to emphasize a little bit more on the tools, the living, because of the living conditions. People are in need of either shingles, building material, tools, hand tools, power tools. We tried to get as much of that as possible. And we did a pretty successful job in that department, so it was good.
What else do you need to share with our viewers and readers?
Well, I could share a whole lot. But for now, like we did this drive where it was successful, mm-hmm. And I guess what we could share is, like I said, it's not only for this community that we can do it for, like where I come from. I can do this all over the place because there is a real need, not only within our community, but within this region, within this country, because of the symptoms of what the politics that played out here.
It's kind of an unusual one. This week I was up in Deer Lake First Nation. There's 5 homes that aren't even hooked up to the power grid. They've sat empty for 5 years. People in Toronto or people in Thunder Bay or Kenora or Winnipeg that'd be watching this would be going, these houses are 25 feet from a hydro pole and they say there's no way to hook it up, a house to the power. The housing situation in Mishkeegogaming is not something that people in Toronto probably would accept or understand.
Do you know that, like you just mentioned Big Charter, that what mm-hmm. place was that? You just mentioned that there's no Deer Lake, there's no power there. Like, and there's a hydro pole, 20 feet away, you just said? That's the exact same situation we have in Mishkeegogaming, which is accessible by road, mm-hmm. Between Thunder Bay and Winnipeg. And we have hydro situated right there, right in our own backyard, and we have the same situation.
So this
ours is only 10 feet away.
So I guess what you need to add to your next drive is you need 20-foot lengths of cable, electrical line, and 10-foot lengths, maybe just big extension cords.
Just plug in, take your power.
The community of Mishkeegogaming earlier this year did a walk coming from the community into Thunder Bay for murdered and missing women. It's been a real issue in the community. It's we can laugh about silliness with hydro, but we can't laugh about the issue of murdered and missing women.
For sure. No, I'm very well aware of the issues where I come from, Mishkeegogaming. This is where I have personal experience with the missing murdered Native women's issue. My mother was murdered while I was in the residential schools. I've been lobbying to get her case open for the past 7 years, which led me into activism, which led me to this furniture drive. But we do have many cases of missing murdered Native women within Mishkeegogaming that should be looked into. Hopefully with all the publicity and all the pressure that's being put on the government of Canada and authorities, hopefully they'll be investigating soon on some of the cases that we know about.
So Gary, I think the secret here is that you're not giving up. Mishkeegogaming isn't giving up, and the issues are going to go forward, and this is just the beginning.
No, that's exactly right. No, never give up. The way I look at it too is that our people were put to sleep, through the system that was in place, the residential schools, the 60 Scoop, and all the other. One of the things that people have to realize is that our people are waking up, and people are starting to put the bottle down. They're starting to put the drugs down, and they're starting to get active. They're starting to wake up to the fact of what actually happened here.
They're starting to pick up law books.
They're starting to pick up law books.
Stethoscopes.
They're starting to go back to school. They're starting to, it's it's a waking up experience, and you'll see more of it as time goes on.
I was talking with a friend the other week at the Fort William First Nation powwow, and he said to me, people talk about the sleeping giant out in Thunder Bay waking up, and he said the real sleeping giant that's waking up is inside the hearts and the minds of the people. It's not a rock that's going to wake up, it's people who are waking up. And what you're telling me is meeting to that, and then you're waking up and waking up others.
Yeah, well, it's a part of our prophecies. Like every culture has a prophecy, right? And philosophies. And within our culture, they talk about a sleeping giant waking up. And Thunder Bay has a sleeping giant stud rock formation out in the water there. It's not the rock that's going to get up and do it, right? It's the people of the First Nations people within Canada. When the waking up experience will be putting the bottle down, putting the drugs down, putting the cigarettes down, putting whatever holds us down, and from that point on, we start waking up. And that's more or less what happened with me. And that's what I'm starting to notice when I'm doing the activism, when I'm on the front line doing the blockades and that, you start noticing the people around you, they're young, they're active, they're waking up. And the older generation are starting to sober up, put the bottle down. Now they're starting to wake up. And I said, you're going to see more activity as the years go on from here on.
Yeah. Well, it's a good start, Gary.
Thank you, James.
Miigwech for coming in again.
Oh yeah, for sure. We'll be back.
All
Thank
right.
you, James.
Thank you, Lindsay.
Right on, bud.